are one. When my boot comes down on your neck, we are one. That's right.
I need to point out a couple things about these plane crashes, and I'm not going to jump the gun and make a bunch of claims without any in-depth information. I just need to show you a couple things. But before I do, we need to go back through history a little and remember a few strange anomalies. Let's get into those old anomalies and take a look. Remember the O.J. Simpson case? He was on the run, out of nowhere. The police found out that the juice was loose, rolling around in his Ford Bronco. Then they found the Ford Bronco on the freeway and began to follow it in a slow speed chase. Sounds legit. But then something happens. All these OJ fans are suddenly on the freeway holding support/fan signs for OJ in the cameras. And they're in gridlock. So how did this happen? They heard that OJ was on the run. Then they make a beeline for Office Depot or the craft store. They bought poster board, markers, glitter, and whatever else they needed. They made the signs, cut them down to size, sped back to the gridlock zone, and then got out there and held them up just in time for OJ and the cameras to drive by, right? So this is what happened. I remember this, and I remember asking my dad how they had time to do this. I remember both of us scratching our heads over that. I was like, how did they get to the store and back so fast? Look at that. They're on the side of the freeway. There's the off-ramp sign. Save the juice. We love the juice. Right. Okay. It's weird. And it's not just these guys. It's not two. It's hundreds of them. They're all over overpasses everywhere, holding these gigantic signs. We love OJ. There were banners and tarps. It's madness. And it's madness to believe that they were able to create these big banners just in time and get them over the fence. It's madness. Something is wrong there. And not only that, but this sign right here, Save the Juice, was used twice. The exact same sign. The same sign. Here it is being held again. Save the Juice. So what's going on with this? The big banners, I'm talking like 18, 20-foot banners, were held over freeway overpasses. It's just craziness. But, moving on. Then we have the Moonlander. Yeah, and the and the Moonlander takeoff. And the poor little fella who was forced to stick around on the moon and film the takeoff. Word is, he's dead next to his camera up there with 20 empty MRE containers next to him in his spacesuit, right? Filmed it, panned up, panned over. Check that out. He's going to catch up to it. Pans over to the left. It's going over to the left. There it is. So yeah, word is he's still up there, probably with an American flag shoved up his ass. And it's just wow. Just wow. And now we have to go back to 9/11. On the morning of 9/11, some documentary filmmaker coincidentally happened to be doing a documentary on New York City firefighters, but also coincidentally found checking for gas leaks under a manhole totally and completely worthy of filming for his documentary film, and also coincidentally happened to be on the corner in New York City that had a perfect view of the World Trade Center, which also happened to coincidentally be on the same side the first jet came through that coincidentally smashed into the coincidental side of the Twin Towers, which is just luck beyond luck. I mean, nowhere else on that street would you have a clear view of the World Trade Center. Nowhere. And he coincidentally happened to be filming for a documentary some New York firefighters looking at a gas leak or something in a manhole. Really exciting stuff, right? Wow, wow, wow. After that, there were rumors of Arabs dancing in the streets and celebrating what happened in America, which fueled, understandably, lots of anger from people all over the U.S. But that was also a lie, because the people celebrating were not Arabs. it was all a sham. So, lots of cases of people coincidentally being in the right place at the right time. Almost too coincidental, right? Right. So, as I said, I'm not going to speculate very deeply about these plane crashes, but I was wondering what the odds were of this happening. And this guy actually asked Chat GPT what the odds were of this happening. So let's check that out real quick.
I had to ask ChatGPT at this point, what are the odds of 3 planes crashing in roughly a 24-hour period? And it set that number at 1 in 2.8 trillion. The chances of 3 planes crashing in a 24-hour period is 1 in 2.8 trillion with a T. The chances of a military helicopter hitting a passenger plane, well, that's a little bit less. That's only 1 in 50 million.
That's still very, very hard to accept. And if you've seen the footage, it's weird. It's like somebody flies a drone right into the oncoming plane. 9/11, I showed you that. The camera guy is coincidentally right there. The moon landing, there happens to be a guy that stuck around on the moon to film the lander taking off. The O.J. Simpson case, people are just hanging around with signs, happen to be there, right? Well, the night that chopper hit the plane, there just happens to be someone outside filming. Now, is that possible to be out filming planes? Sure. Happens all the time. People like to film planes and be around airports filming, whatever. But it's like 20, 25 degrees out right now. And somebody's going to be in this, 20-degree weather out there at night filming planes. It just seems a little bit weird and a little bit coincidental. That's usually something that happens in the summertime, So this is clearly done by hand. Not a security cam because it's moving around. And I find that very, very weird that someone is just out there filming. But it doesn't stop there. This next one that I'm going to show you is very, very suspect. And I'm talking really suspect. It makes this one look totally legit. And it's not as big of an event, but I'm getting 9/11 vibes about it. Just the way that it's being set up, like the way you hold a football before it's punted. Now, like the guys on 9/11 pretending to be Arab and celebrating in the parking lot, and they were intentionally trying to get caught, I'll tell you that right now. This seems very intentional too. And I'm going to tell you why. This guy is filming a parking lot for absolutely no reason. There is nothing there. Absolutely nothing there. He's just filming a parking lot. And all of a sudden this plane comes and hits exactly where he's pointing the camera. And what does he say? Immediately, he says something about God. And what that means to me is he's insinuating right away intentionally that I'm an Arab. I'm an Arab filming this. Very weird. So, parking lot, plane is perfectly in frame. It's very weird. I don't know what to think of it yet, but this does not seem sincere to me at all. The way he talks sounds like one of those ghost videos, where it's totally fake and the guy sounds like a bad actor and he's saying, "Oh my God, what is that? What is that?" Check this out.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
I hear, "I'm Arab, I'm Arab."
Hell? What the hell?
Now,
What the hell? Oh my God! Oh my God!
and then he goes to the car.
That's a plane, bro! That's a plane! I caught that on camera!
I caught that on camera. But what were you filming in the first place? What the fuck were you filming in the first place, dude? A parking lot? For no reason? And then this is framed. He's going to jump in his car. He's going to jump in his car.
Yo!
Now look.
Allahu Akbar!
What's in... Look at that. That's intentional. That screams, "I'm Arab. I'm Arab. Look, I'm Arab."
Yo! 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 Yo!
See that? It doesn't feel real. Why was this guy filming a dead parking lot with nothing happening in it? It doesn't make any sense, man. It doesn't. I'm not saying that the event is fake. I'm not saying that any of it is fake, but it seems like somebody knew that that was going to happen and had a camera pointing in the right direction and thought, I can't be this guy filming this. It has to be somebody like an Arab. You're right. This is 9/11 style stuff. And I mean that by the actors involved in what they did during that whole operation.
Yo! Oh my God! La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah! La ilaha illallah!
I'm not buying it. It doesn't make sense. A lot of people that are acting, they don't know what to say, and they will repeat the same thing over and over, you know, like the Gene syndrome from an event that happened back in 2012. So let's look at this again. He's just pointing a camera there. You know, this came down way too fast for anybody to get any ideas and set up beforehand. If you try to argue that, you are high off your ass or lying. There's nothing there. There's nothing going on. He is filming a dead parking lot in the middle of the night. Right and perfectly centered, right where it goes off. And then immediately starts going into the Arab stuff.
Allahu Akbar, what the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
It's beyond weird. Beyond weird. And then the flag hanging from the rearview mirror, all of it. The acting, something is wrong here. If I didn't know any better, this is so perfectly framed, I would think that someone knew where this was going to hit. This is the most suspect thing I've seen out of all of this. Here is one more thing that I want to point out, and it's just small, but it's odd. This is a dash cam, and the object in the sky is there for a good second and a half, 2 seconds. Watch. Maybe 3 seconds. 2 seconds. So it's in the air for 2 seconds coming down. You can clearly see it. Those cars are going normal speed. It's not slowed down. But if you look at another video of the same incident, it looks totally different. In this video, it is visible for less than 1 second. It's in the air and at the ground in a second. Boom. Less than 1 second. The other one was in the air for 2 seconds before it hit the ground. One looks to be going supersonic, and the other one looks to be going the speed of a plane. And I find that very, very weird. The weirdest thing out of all of it is the quote-unquote Arab guy with his camera pointed at a dead parking lot in the middle of the night. But I found this weird too, and I wanted to show you. The strangest thing by far that I have seen is that whole Arab setup and him knowing where to point the camera before any of it happened.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar, what the hell?
Look out for Charlie.
We are one. When my boot comes down on your neck, we are one. That's right. Piano solo. Do you feel it? I feel it. It's got me by the feels. So bad, baby.